Hi, this is Suzanne from www.eftscripts.com with part 2 of the last video that you've seen about tapping for bad news. I was expecting bad news and it was all gloom and doom, and I couldn't see anything good. I couldn't see the positives. I couldn't see that it wasn't such bad news. If it was bad news, you know, it might not be bad news. Chances are it's bad news because statistically in the industry, 1 out of 3 chance is going to be bad news. So I'm not it's not just in my head, oh yeah, it's bad news, I'm just being negative. It's not like that at all. Statistics, industry statistics, chances are, 2 out of 3 it's going to be bad news, 1 out of 3 it's going to be success. So I'm not making this up, it's real. And I have the letter from in front of me, a letter from the post office saying that they've tried to deliver what I believe is 66% chance bad news. Okay, not what I believe. What is statistically 6% chance bad news. And the tapping that I've just done in the video before gave me the insights. All of a sudden, I was just feeling really bad. As you can see, I've still got my clothes on from outside. I've got all these layers because it's winter outside. I've still got my clothes on from outside because I couldn't even wait to take my clothes on and start tapping. And I thought, you know what, I can tap on video, just to get it over and done with, and just motivate me to tap more. And I'm looking at that slip from the post office because it was bringing up all this, and it had started at something like an 8. And now I'm looking at it, it's kind of hovering between a 0.5 and a 0 on one end, and on another end it's hovering between like a 1 and a 2. So there's lots of different aspects, obviously. So I'll tap on that. Even though it could be very bad news, we've already found a way around bad news, and it doesn't have to get us on our knees. There is a way, and so what? Even though it could be bad news, something I can do about it if it is. Even though it could be bad news, just getting the letter isn't going to make the bad news any better, is it? No, or any worse. I deeply love and accept myself. Even though it could be very bad news, just getting the letter is not going to make it worse. So I might as well get over whatever badness might be in there for now, and that's it. Oh, it's just a letter. It's just a letter that will tell me what steps to next take. More correctly, it's just a letter that will tell my company what steps to next take. I'm not the only director in the company. I am not the head of the company. It's not my responsibility. I'm partly responsible, yes, but it's not my sole responsibility. I don't need to carry this potential bad news on my shoulders. There are other shoulders that are willing and able and happy to carry this news. So why am I so worried about it? I don't have to be. In the video before, I tapped on this expectation because I was, for a number of years, I was a sole trader. And I became a sole trader under very difficult circumstances, and before I was ready to, in order to please someone. And I really didn't want to do it that early, and as a result I have suffered in terms of time, money, and sheer hard work that was unnecessary at that stage. And I think I've got some of that in my system, which I'm really surprised at. I didn't think I would think that way, but I think I've got some of that in my system. It's like, oh my God, this is going to be so much hard work coming up. Oh no, this is a major blow. What am I going to do now? But it's not a major blow. That's a funny thing. It's not a major blow, but part of me, there is this soul trader inside of me going through this major blow, and as I close my eyes and try to imagine this soul trader, she's sitting on the floor, and she's kind of curled up, and her legs are up like this, and she's kind of like, it's weird because, you know, that's the image that I get, and I just wanna comfort her. Don't worry. It's not all on your shoulders. Look at all these people next to you. They are your equals. They are just as capable as you. They can do what you can do. Some of them can do it even better in this respect. You don't have to carry this responsibility. It's not your responsibility alone. And one of them has already found another way. So even though this may be bad news, it's just a little bit of a blip. And the me curled up is starting to uncurl and look at me. And, excuse me. Now I'm giving her a hug, and she's kind of tentatively hugging me back. And she's crying on my shoulders. She has so much responsibility. And it's her sole responsibility, nobody can help her. She sent me home. It wasn't just from being a soul trainer, it was from the years before. She was very ill, and she had to have 2 jobs just to afford the medical fees and the alternative health fees just to stay alive. And she's tired. And she can't work she can't work any harder. She can't work anymore. And I'm just letting her cry on my shoulder as I hug her and I tap on her. She's telling me how she's got no one to help her. She's got to help others. She's got responsibilities towards family members. She's got too much responsibility. I'm giving her a hug. I'm just saying, don't worry. One day it won't be just you on your own. You won't just have help. You will have equals. It won't be just people working, doing some work for you. You'll be in an equal position. You'll have people you can rely on, and it won't just be your business, and it won't be just you working a 12-hour shift and then starting the next day at 9 o'clock to work an 8-hour day. Oh God. You know, I used to, at one point, I would work a 12-hour shift at night, and then I would go in to my work in some corporate thing and work a so-called normal 8-hour day, and they might even want me to stay behind for overtime, unpaid of course. And then afterwards I would have a taxi come to my work and pick me up to take me to my massage class. It was so hard. And after 24 hours of staying awake, I finally get a chance to sleep. And this is what this letter really is about. I never even thought about it. I just went through it then because it started as I was really ill and I had to find a way to stay alive, and then I would do anything to stay alive. And at me in that picture is now dancing. I love dancing. That me is dancing. She's light and dancing. And she's still kind of on her own, but all around her there are shadows, shadows of her future, smiling at her. All those people that will be her equals, will be working with her. And they won't be working for her, they won't be people that she's responsible for, they won't be subcontractors, they won't be family members that she has to give work to, they won't be anything like that. They're her equals, and she can see their shadows, she can see the future, and she's just smiling and dancing, and that's beautiful, it really is. Oh. And looking at this letter now, first of all tears and now laughter, and just can't, the relief is absolutely amazing. I feel so relieved. And I was thinking, how on earth am I going to wait till Tuesday when I can get this letter, because today's Friday. And I thought I will be going to pieces for every day between today, Friday, and Tuesday until I get that letter. And then when I get the letter, I'll be devastated when I see the bad news. And now I'm thinking, okay, well, it may be bad news. Statistically, it's probably bad news, but it's not that bad a news. It's kind of okay, because it's not my sole responsibility, and that's what it was about. That's why I was upset, because at the back of my head there was this thought that this was my sole responsibility and it would open up a whole new can of worms. Let me just continue this on another video.